check it out. See that movement there? Let's get them stirred up a little. They're hiding everywhere. By the billions. Give me a second. Ugh. Yeah. Alright. There's many types of ants in Puerto Rico. Many. These here are what they call fire ants. There are many subspecies of them. They're not all that red to look at. If you hold them up to the light, they're a little red. But anyway, it's not even why they're called fire ants. They're called fire ants because they have a stinger. And when they sting you, it really hurts. Ooh, selfie time. Selfie time. Here's Mr. Peanut Butter Tree. He's growing. Peanut butter fruit. Anyway, before they crawl up my machete, start stinging my hand, which they end up getting me every day anyway. But let me tell you guys some cool stories about fire ants. There should be a good backdrop. I can't see what this little head cam's pointed at. Hopefully you got a nice view of the mountains. But anyway, so we first come to Puerto Rico, right, about getting close to 4 months ago. And un momento. Stand by the road out here. Let's go walk around while we talk about this. So, the very first night in our rental that we started out in, I'm in there checking things out and I feel my foot stinging. I don't even know why, because they're little. I didn't notice it at first. But these little ornery guys were in the rental, climbing up my foot, stinging it. Because they're very ornery, they're very aggressive. Most of the ants around here are not that aggressive, but they are. And, you know, I thought, okay, little ants are biting me. Well, the next thing I know, it's hurting a lot worse. And swelling. Let me tell you guys, for 3 days, those little ant stings got bigger and badder. Blistered, bled, drove me nuts. It was crazy. Now, I thought they were just biting me, so I did a little research. Turns out these fire ants are more like a bee without wings than they are like an ant. They bite you, but they only bite you enough to hold on to you physically so they can inject their stinger in you. They have a stinger like a bee. That's where they get the venom in you. And it's pretty brutal. All of us reacted badly at first. I got the most stings of anybody in the family. I tend to get into things and be reckless. And I thought, well, I'm just going to toughen up to it, which I have. I can tell you now, the stings, they only hurt me for about a half hour instead of 3 days. They rarely form blisters anymore. It's just a little red sore. It itches for a couple days sometimes. Some are worse than others. But there's a lot more to explain about this. And I got to be careful how I explain it because I don't want somebody getting reckless and hurting themselves. So, before we came to Puerto Rico, I had been dealing with an arthritis type condition in my neck. No matter what muscle balance therapy, oils, topicals, nutritional changes I had tried, nothing was fixing it. And this had been bothering me for at least 6 months, probably more. So I noticed within 2 weeks here, though, completely healed, gone, no more arthritis in my neck. And I just thought, could it be the climate? I don't know. Does that make sense? I just thought, well, it's like a miracle, and I'm thankful, but I'm dumbfounded. Let's get a shot of the coconut orange trees. Anyway, so some time goes on, and one day we're at the beach. We're at, I think this was Crash Boat Beach, and I left my shirt hanging on the base of a coconut tree. Played with my kids and wife in the ocean. Had a great day. We get ready to head home, and I throw my shirt on. Well, I should have looked first. It was full of these fire ants. They'd climbed into it because it was on one of their trails, and I didn't notice that. So I probably got, I'm going to guess about close to 20 bites before I got the shirt off. And that was the most I had had at one time from fire ants. And what happened after that was weird. I was driving us home, and I kept telling my wife, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I feel like I'm going to pass out. I was also having chest pains, and turns out both those symptoms are pretty common for fire ant bites. You can, if you get too many, you can go into anaphylactic shock and die. Now, what would be too many? That's going to be entirely different for every single person. This is why I got to be real careful with where I'm going with this video and what I'm trying to explain here. So we did make it home, and I just didn't understand what was happening to me. I didn't connect it with the ant bites, not that first day. I ended up passing out. I had to give in and just black out for a while. Woke up feeling better, but still had the chest pains for days. So then I got to researching. It finally clicked with me. This is all tied to the ant bites somehow. And I found out, of course, those are common symptoms. But then I got into the good stuff. I'm going to call this video Venom is Medicine. Because it is. Many of the world's greatest medicines are made from some type of venom. You just alter it a little bit, alter its properties, try to figure out the right dose to treat what with. So I did some research and I realized quickly that's what had cured my arthritis. It was these ant bites I was getting. I got stung by one bee since we got here too, but well before that my arthritis was already cured. I mean completely cured, hasn't come back one iota. Okay, and I was getting bit on the foot. It's not like I had to get bit on the neck, on the spot. So this stuff circulated through my body, activated certain systems in the body that were dormant, I guess, and in the process took away inflammation from various parts. And if you start researching, you'll find that bee venom, ant venom, snake venom, certain spider venoms, certain people have been experimenting with this. Hell, the ancients, there was ancient groups around the world that knew this and used it. It's been forgotten like so many things because of pharmacopoeia, you might say. But venom, when applied in the right dose, the right venom to the right person, can not only heal arthritis, there's been cases of diabetes being healed, in a variety of other serious inflammatory conditions that are very common diseases people have these days. So let me make this clear. I am not telling anybody, go stick your hand in a fire ant nest and see what happens to you. Again, you could die from shock. You could have you could have heart failure. I had heart pains for days. Now, my body's changed a lot from all these bites. I've been bit by fire ants, at least a few, almost every day we've been here for 4 months. The other day I was standing in a nest because my younger son was getting bit by them. We were hiking. I stopped to look at him to tell him what to do, brush him off. Don't run around screaming like a fool. Stop and brush him off you. You can't outrun them. They're already on you, son, you know. So while I was trying to instruct him on what to do to be smart and to help himself out for the next time it happens, I was standing right in another nest of them. By the time I noticed I was getting bit, there was 30 or 40 of them biting me on my right calf and several on the left. And you know what? No chest pains, no passing out, no blacking out. I did feel a little more relaxed, more chill, a little more out of it than normal, but no severe reaction like before. So now, can I guarantee that that would be the case with everyone? Can I guarantee that if you get enough ant bites, you're going to build a higher tolerance? No. Some people, based on their health, genetics, mindset, whatever else, it may go the opposite direction. You may get to where you react worse. You may lose tolerance, okay? I've heard of cases like that. Now, me and my mindset, I always expect to get stronger from anything I'm exposed to, and I always do. But again, I can't guarantee that for everyone. And I do not endorse, because it's not safe for me to do so. I don't endorse playing with poisons and venoms. I'm just sharing. You know, if you embark on doing so, you do so at your own risk and responsibility. As long as you accept that, you know, I commend you for your courage and wisdom. So now, when I get stung by these fire ants, which is, like I say, pretty much daily to one degree or another, I always say, well, there's my dose of medicine, you know. And like I say, it may sting and burn for a half hour. That pretty much goes away after that. My body doesn't react near as badly. And overall, my health is awesome. You know, there's people in Puerto Rico that get a scratch and die from a staph infection from the bacteria, because this is a hot, damp place. There's bacteria on everything here. And all this earth that I dig in with my hands, at night there's rats, there's cockroaches, there's all kinds of things on it. Things that a lot of people who have lived in sterile environments, if they're exposed to, they get sick and die without intervention from antibiotics. Now me, I get cuts on my hands and open scrapes, and every day I've been here, and I've been in all this dirt, and I've been in everything, and I never get sick. My immune system's awesome. That's another thing about getting, bit by mosquitoes. If you do research, the more mosquito bites you've had in different places, the more your immune system is more able to protect you from more serious infections. It's just a fact. It's the way nature works. And I get all kinds of mosquito bites and blood-sucking gnats and biting flies and all kinds of things around here. The bugs are crazy. I've been stung by some things I didn't even see what got me, but it was bad. And all of that is just tuning up my immune system, making this organism more well in tune with itself on how to adapt to anything. So this video is just kind of my personal experience so far, and an awareness, a conceptual awareness that if you wanted to, you could research using venom as medicine and see where it leads you, you know. Again, I'm not telling anybody to do that. I'm just sharing. It could be a very eye-opening and a very mind-opening path. Much love from Earth Roots Healing. Over and out for now.